Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create the procedural prismatic mosaic material that I used in my last animation. I'm using Blender 4.5 for this, but it should work with most versions of Blender. Before we start creating the material, there are a few things we need to set up. First, select the light and the camera. Then press X to delete them. Next, select the default cube. Go to the Modifiers tab and add a bevel modifier. Set the segments to 5. Now, head over to the Render tab and change the render engine to cycles. If you have a GPU, switch the device to GPU Compute. Set the viewport max samples to 20. And the render max samples to 300. Then scroll down to color management and change the look to very high contrast. Next, open the World tab, click the dot next to color, and choose Environment Texture. Click Open and select an HDRI. You can find free HDRIs at polyhaven.com. I'll leave a link in the description. Once that's done, switch your viewport to rendered mode. You'll see the cube lit up with the HDRI background. Since we only want the lighting and not the background, go back to the Render tab, open Film, and check Transparent. Now, you'll only see the lighting from the environment texture. Alright, we're ready to start making the material, so let's jump into the shader editor. In the shader editor, switch your viewport to rendered mode so you can see everything as you work. Next, tidy up your workspace by closing any panels you don't need. Turn on snapping, and while you're working with nodes, I highly recommend enabling the Node Wrangler add-on. It makes things a lot easier. Now, let's start building the material. Add a Voronoi texture node. And with it selected, press Ctrl+T to automatically add the texture. Coordinate and mapping nodes, and this is a Node Wrangler shortcut. In the mapping node, set the scale to 0.2. Then, Ctrl+Shift+Left. Click on the Voronoi node to preview it. Click again to preview the color output instead. Change the randomness to 0.5 so the mosaic effect isn't too strong. Now, duplicate that Voronoi node. Connect the same mapping output into it. And change F1 to distance to edge. Preview that one too. Next, add a color ramp by dropping it onto the connection line. Then bring the black and white points closer together to increase contrast. After that, delete that connection. connect the BSDF node output back to surface. Add a mix color node. Take its output and plug it into base color on the principled BSDF. Connect the color output from the first Voronoi into A. And the color ramp output into B. Change the mix type to hue. Set metallic to 1. And under specular, set anisotropic and rotation both to 0.5. Now let's add some surface detail. Create a bump node. Plug its output into normal. And connect the color from the color ramp into the height input. Set the distance to 0.4. This adds some nice height variation to the color patches. Though it's only a visual effect, the cube's mesh itself isn't changed. And that's it. You've just finished creating this procedural material. And that's it for this quick tutorial on creating the prismatic mosaic material. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to help. I'd also love to hear your tips or feedback on how I can make these videos even better. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram and share your projects with me there. And of course, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Blender tutorials.